Me.
Good morning, everybody, and welcome to the Morning Boost here with Chris and Dom. Good morning, Dom.
Morning, Chris. Good morning.
Do you still love the theme tune?
I do love the theme tune. I never want it to change.
I keep hearing it in my sleep. That and the lightning strikes from Lunchbox Live.
Yeah. Quality.
Well, it's Wednesday and it's our day off, so we won't be too long doing this. So, but as a commitment, we still showed up because we said we would.
We'll always show up. Daily emails done. You know, even though it's Wednesday, I'm going to do 5 this week. There's 5 getting done.
Yeah. So.
And it's a cracker as well, if I do say so.
Yeah. Whoa. Is that because of the subject matter, maybe?
Yeah. No matter
so
what.
This morning we're talking about limiting beliefs, but obviously, you know, your self-confidence obviously isn't a limiting belief, is it?
No, my self-confidence isn't, but my self-image is definitely hindering my confidence. This is a mess.
Yeah, I know.
Anyway.
So, yes. So today's subject is, obviously we did our training for our TX crew last night, which was really good. And we were talking about beliefs and how limiting beliefs can hold you back and all of that. So I thought, what a great subject to talk about this morning, everybody. So I thought we'd go. So I thought, to give everyone a bit of background, I'll do my normal ramble along until you interject to go tipsy sharp. So
mate, you always set us up with some great bangers. So let's go.
Yeah. So the thing is, what you cannot get away with is everyone has a past.
Yeah,
right? Everyone does. Yeah. But a lot of what's happened in your past sets you up to fail in the future because you are dragging back your limiting beliefs in the past. And you think about it, in the past, you've experienced exciting moments, you've got wonderful memories, and you keep them forever. And it's like, yeah, fantastic. Yeah, it's normally the difficult situations, the ones with the heartache, the ones that challenge, they're the things that always seem to hold you back because we have a natural predisposition to think about the bad, think about the negative. But for me, I'm thinking, especially on the journey I've been on, it's about utilizing that experience, those learnings. One thing I definitely don't want to do, I am not going to deny the past. I can't deny the fact that I was 33 stone. I can't deny the fact that I was in a awful relationship. I can't deny the fact that I punished my body. I can't. If I try to, then I'll be causing myself a whole heap of pain.
Mm-hmm.
I faced up to it. It happened, and I'm moving on a better person.
100%.
Yeah. And then I think the other thing that I've done, and I'm sure you've done, is acknowledging those painful events and the understanding and going, actually, I was carrying guilt around, and then I'm going, actually, I can't carry that guilt around because I had no part to play in that. I was, involved, but it wasn't involving me. I can't have a part to play, release it, because when you start holding on to those things, it's like, no. And if something's happened and you can't understand it, then again, that's okay, because sometimes things don't make any sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, they really don't. So
they don't. I mean, you're talking about there your past and the limiting beliefs that have, I suppose, that would have entered your mind. The limiting belief for me, it was past. It was when I was a young boy that it started happening for me. But that's no surprise. I talk about this. We talk about this in Transform X. We talk about this in our 365 program. That I remember a lot of things now anyway from my childhood, but up until, and I've said this before, up until around the age of 8, I couldn't really articulate them. So you essentially just keep I did anyway. You absorb the emotion. That's exactly what I feel like it happened when I was younger than 8. I was emotional up until that time, and then after 8, 9, whatever it was, I started to try and articulate myself. I started to try and to get rid of those feelings. But as a result, you're only a young lad. You know, if you're sort of following a similar story to me, I'm only a young lad. So then I'm trying to express my feelings, but the world around me isn't understanding my feelings and isn't understanding the way I communicate because I'm young. I can't communicate properly, you know. So then I personally didn't understand, you know, I didn't understand what was going above me, if you will, around me, and those around me didn't understand what I was feeling. So there's a real conflict, and then you start to develop beliefs. Well, it must be me, you know. I can't communicate, and in some parts I couldn't, or you know, I say it all the time as mine. I start to develop that why me belief, and that's what happened. You know, it must be me. Why me? You talk about it on, you know, your journey, and I'm sure you can sort of associate. What's the word? Resonate with that. And then you end up, you know, as I did, you end up becoming an emotional eater from those beliefs.
Yeah. Yeah, and I think when you think about it, one of the things we always say to people, and I think you've definitely done this, Dom, in your life, is you know, especially when we get people wanting to join our program, it's like asking yourself if you're ready to let go.
Yeah.
Because you think about maybe people, you know, you're subconsciously using your past to avoid moving forward and going on with life because it's safe.
Yeah.
It's convenient. It's the pain, you know, it's painful, but I can deal with it. I can control it. I'm used to it.
Yeah.
But actually, if you deal with that, then actually the pain, that little bit of potentially additional pain, is soon disappearing because you're going to get a life you deserve. You're going to be happier. You're going to be healthier. You're going to be in control of things. You're not going to be carrying this baggage around you from the past. But you know, it's about asking people, are they ready to let go? Because once you are ready to let go, then all of a sudden it's like,
it's definitely changed. And this is only, you know, I've let go of a lot over the years, and that's what you do. It's incremental. This isn't about, you know, I want to make it clear that when we say letting go, or when you say letting go, we're not talking about just wake up one day and, poof, you know, I'll let go. It doesn't happen like that. Like the way we build these limiting beliefs, they happen over a period of time. We also learn to let them go, and over a period of time we become, you know, as with Transform X in the program and 365 in the program, where we record our wins, we can start to build positive beliefs and reinforce them, so we can start to let go of the limiting beliefs. But certainly for me, and the sort of bigger stuff is about letting go is either you build up what I just said there, little wins, and overcome the limiting beliefs with sort of strengthening beliefs, if you will. Or you can how you view the world. You can change how you view situations. That will also allow you to let go of limiting beliefs. You know, I've said it before about, you know, I take responsibility for how I ended, you know, for my journey now, which might seem in you know, some people might not be able to fathom that because I was so young. So how can you take responsibility for that? But listen, it's the way it happened. People around me were having their battles, their struggles, and they were sorting their stuff out. And then as I got older, I started creating these stories and creating these beliefs that affected me. You know, when I view it like that, I understand and I can accept, and then the belief isn't so strong anymore.
I think you're right, and it's when you look back at your life lessons. It's when you know, we even talked about it yesterday about last week. We're learning all the time, and you can either accept, you know, you could go, yeah, that's shit, that's rubbish, that's horrible, that's really painful, or you can go, what can I learn from it? What are those lessons? Because all of those things that have happened in your life are amazing opportunities to learn. Or you can go, I'm upset. That was horrible to me. Why is this always happening to me? This is, it's all being done to me. Or you could go, wow, what a great opportunity. I've learned something from
that. And if you look at, that's a great way of starting to, if we're talking about steps or strategies to get rid of limiting beliefs, that's a fantastic way to do it. Look at what is the negative belief, write it out. Look at that negative belief and what sort of almost write an opposite. So your negative belief, then write your opposite belief.
Yeah.
And reinforce yourself. Again, I use the affirmation. I say it all the time, and that's because I had self-doubt, and I now that was my limiting belief. Am I good enough? Can I do it? Am I doing the right thing? Well, now I have an affirmation, a reminder that goes off on my phone every day, which I promote to the guys in 365 and in our program Transform X. I remind them every day to have these affirmations going off to say, I am good enough. This is the right thing. I am doing. It's bloody tough. It's not going to get easy, but guess what? I keep reminding myself, and eventually, you know what? It actually does get a bit easier because you get the breakthrough. As long as you keep asking yourself, you get the breakthrough.
Yeah, and I think and that's great. I think to come on to let's go to sort of the destructive beliefs that people do need to banish, and I'll throw a few out there for you to have some comments on.
Yeah,
I think what you think about yourself and the world and your life already has a powerful existence, and you think about it, the biggest damage people do to themselves is probably talking to themselves, because some beliefs you have and have been created are basically just downright destructive, and they will just completely self-sabotage your life before you even get up in the morning, and they don't need to be there. And if you think about it, here's a classic one I hear people say, I'll never have the life I want because where I live, what I do, my parents, having that statement, how on earth are you ever going to make yourself move forward if you are cutting yourself down before you even start the day? Yeah, it's just crazy, isn't it?
Yeah, it really is. And again, you've got to look at that and ask yourself why you sort of believe that.
Yeah.
And then what have you done to actually overcome it? I think that's a powerful piece there. If you're questioning that, I'll never have the life that I want, or am I good enough, kind of thing, is writing out why you believe it, and then writing out what you've actually done to try and overcome it. Because I'd be confident that you haven't tried everything in possible to try and overcome it, and therefore, if you haven't tried everything, it can't be true.
Yeah. And if you're watching or listening to this, right, if you have that thought, you need to get rid of it now. No fucking about dropping the bomb at 9 o'clock. No messing around with that. It's just, you don't need to do it, right? Get rid of it now. Try replacing it with something, because what you have to do is replace things, right? And sometimes a leap to positive affirmations can be a bit too far for some people. So why not a step forward, like, okay, I'm going to work each day towards getting a life that I want to have, and here's how I can do it. So you're not all of a sudden going, I'm going to be successful, or I'm going to have the life I deserve. No, you're going to work towards it, because actually it is about work. It is about things landing on you. Like, yes, luck sometimes happens, you get a break, but hard work and persistence. So if you create that affirmation or the positive thought that says, I'm going to work each day towards getting the life that I want to have, and here's how I can do it, all of a sudden you've got rid of that negative self-talk.
Yeah. You've got to listen. You can't hit and hope. You can't just wake up every day and hope that today's going to be different to yesterday. Yeah. You can't wake up today and hope that you're going to get the life that you want if you don't have a sort of if you don't have a plan to get yourself the life that you want. So there's we're looking at the negative belief. Yeah. We're looking at what's giving you that belief in the first place. Why do you believe it? What's the new belief? What do you really want? And then when you know what your new belief is, how are you going to overcome the limiting belief? How are you going to get the new belief? What are you going to do? Because you can't keep going to bed at night and waking up the next day hoping for the best in the middle.
You can't dream. You can't get yourself loony because waking up today expecting someone else is going to change without making any change.
Yeah.
And then the other one that always gets me, right, and you'll have heard it, and I've heard it so many times. It's like, oh, my parents said I'd never amount to anything, right? And we're all, I was lucky with a wonderful mum and dad. You've got good parents, but we're all, okay, we're not all lucky to have super parents, but guess what? Some parents, different dynamics, different things, but that limiting belief of what somebody else thinks about you, right, shouldn't hold you back, because you just have to realize that people are different. You've got a different ambition to your parents. I've got a definitely different ambition to my parents, and my bloody father had a different ambition to his father. You cannot be held back by the thoughts and feelings of other people, and parents themselves naturally want to protect you.
Yeah.
You want to go out and do something a bit where your parents are going to go, ooh, go for that safe job. Go for this. Oh, don't go travel the world. You could get bloody mugged in Thailand. Do you know what I mean? It's like, oh, don't go do that. But if you release this sort of long-standing beliefs, it self-depreciates inside you. If you get rid of it, it does you a massive world of good. If you free yourself from remaining, loyal, if you remain loyal to that thought, all you're going to do is perpetuate it forward, and then you put that onto your children. Then onto that, we'll never grow as people if we don't spread our wings and we don't push ourselves and we don't limit ourselves.
Yeah, I think it's humans, us people. We are incredibly amazing, intelligent, powerful machines. But unfortunately, we also have this ability to think and react. We also are. You have got to be one hell of a person to live in a world with absolute blinkers on. Only be focused on yourself and not be distracted by anybody else. And it is unfortunate, if in a sense. I mean, it's a great skill. It's a great place that we live. But recently I started thinking about this and comparing ourselves to animals, probably because of a book I'm reading. But where animals just live on instincts. They live on what's it. I suppose they live to wake up, feed, hunt and gather. That's all they do. They're not influenced by environment or rags and riches. They're not influenced by Instagram and what other people think. Whereas humans have that ability to think and react to situations. And unfortunately, if we're not strong enough, we can start getting emotional. If we think that we think different to our parents, all of a sudden we can be shamed and feeling guilty in that we should be like our parents, but we're not. There must be something wrong with us.
Yeah,
it's absolutely fine. It's a generational thing. We get our beliefs from the voids that we've had as children growing up through the environment. Likewise, our parents have the same. So unless your parents create an environment that gives you the same environment that they grew up, therefore you would have similar beliefs. If that doesn't happen, you're going to have different beliefs to your parents.
Yes.
So therefore, it's acceptable to not believe. What the point I'm making is off the back is we are all going to have different beliefs.
Yeah.
It's okay to not need to be comparing ourselves to other people and just basically, to do us.
Yeah. And this is the one that really cracks me up when I hear from people, especially when we've seen our journeys. My life is like this because it's just the way it is. I can't do anything about it.
Yeah, that's
what a fatalistic way of thinking. You might as well just get in your box now. Because you're going to go and live a blah life, waiting for something to happen. You need to turn the tables. You need to create your life, create what you want out of life. Yeah. Instead of waiting for life to do something for you, take the bull by the horns and just create that what you want out of life. It's like you see the Tony Robbins and people, and they go, you're power within. There's a certain degree of truth in that. Okay. If everybody did it, I'd love to see. If everybody in a Tony Robbins seminar actually took the power from within and became this. It'd be great to see if that actually happened. But guess what? Human nature will say 90% won't actually do anything with it.
Yeah.
And you got to be in that top 10%.
Yeah.
You know? But there's nothing stopping you getting into that top 10%.
It's definitely, you've got to, like us to go back, is you have a plan. What's your plan to get whatever you want? And reach it. What is it? Reach for the stars, or reach for the moon and hit the stars.
Reach the stars and hit the moon or something like that, isn't it? So
yeah,
that's so true. It's so true. So yeah. So all in all, right? You need to ditch really self-limiting beliefs. Stop the self-negative self-talk. You know, if you cannot cheer yourself on, how on earth are you going to expect other people to cheer you on?
Yeah.
Yeah, if you're waiting for somebody else to do it for you, then you might as well give up now.
Yeah,
bit harsh, but true.
It is, but you've got to go out and create. You've got to go and create the empowering beliefs, if you will, the strengthening beliefs.
Yeah.
There's two voices inside us. One is the limiting belief. One is the critic, and the other is, as you described it last night, is the other is the cheerleader.
Yeah,
you've got to feed the cheerleader.
Absolutely, every time. Yeah, that and people are saying, remember that workshop last night, and they say, "Oh, how do I get rid of that critic, negative voice?" You don't want to, because actually that will save your life sometime.
Yeah.
What you want to do is make sure that it's in the background when you need it.
Yeah.
But you need to promote your cheerleader over your negative critic. But you don't want to lose that negative critic, because one day it will save your life.
Yeah.
Because one day you'll go to do something and it'll go, "Don't do that, you idiot."
Because it's rational.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's a cliff there. Don't jump off it. That's a really stupid thing to do.
Yeah. But I think I can. No, you can't.
Yeah. Yeah, so yeah. Anyway, brilliant. Well, listen, it's fine. It's Wednesday. It's Wife Wednesday.
It is.
What are you doing today for Wife Wednesday, Dom?
I've got breakfast. I can literally smell the bacon cooking. I've got breakfast with my wife right now, and we are going for a big walk around something near somewhere about half an hour away. No, where?
Shakely.
No, it's about half an hour drive away.
Oh, lovely. Well, I had a nice socially distanced walk with Jake Jackson this morning, walking the dogs. So
good. Yeah, feeling good. What else have you got on?
You know what I mean?
What else have you got on?
I am going to take the dogs for their jabs today. Going to have a coffee date in Starbucks car park with my wife, because I'm living the dream. And I'm clearing out the garage so we can actually find some of the stuff that we need to do some fabric to recover some chairs. So it's in the garage somewhere, just don't know where.
I'm going to do my garden today, I think.
Yeah. Anyway.
Yeah. Let's crack on.
Have a great day. Thank you, everybody, for watching, listening. And we will be back for a special morning boost tomorrow, but it'll be a surprise.
That it will.
Right. Adios, everyone. Have a great day.
See you, Timothy.